Hi, it's Stephanie. Happy Friday. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Friday Sews, which is a lot of sewing and a little bit of life all mixed together. And I have quite a few things to share with you today. And let's just begin with sewing. This is my new tunic top I talked about in my last Friday Sews. And the jury's still out as to whether I like this top or not. So let me just show you the finished product. We'll just see. If I pull for it and love to wear it, that's going to make me want to make more of them. That's why the hoodies, because that's the one I want to wear all the time. And it's just the proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is in the wearing. So on that note, my next make is cut out and ready to go. Another hoodie. I couldn't help it. This is out of more of a light, just a stretch knit. And it's going to have, because of, I can't remember who, so please forgive me, but one of you said you were going to use your embroidery machine to decorate the pocket. And I thought, well, I don't have an embroidery machine, but this fabric looks really good with this fabric. So I'm going to do the pocket and the hood out of this fabric. What do you think? Won't that be cute? It just looks like it's going to be really cute. I mean, I'm excited about it. So I'm going to do that probably this evening. And then my next project, I'm going to make the Mountain View pull-on from Itch to Stitch. Let me put a picture of the pattern. Okay, this is my first indie pattern, so I'm kind of nervous about it, but I did actually make my dress form, which was a print-at-home pattern. So I have taped all the pieces of paper together and made something, so it's not totally foreign to me. But I want to get into indie patterns because there's so many cool things out there that I see on all of your channels, and I really want to make some of that stuff, starting with the Mountain View pull-on jeans. I hope I'm saying that right. But I love comfy clothes. I've talked about it with my yoga waistband that you put on your pants, and these are kind of like that. They have a band at the top and they pull on. So wish me luck. I haven't cut out the pattern yet, but I'm hoping to print it maybe today and start piecing it out. And I've got my nice big table, so we'll see. So that's my sewing. And I have been away from my sewing room for 5 days. I talked about this in my last Friday Sews, so if you haven't seen that, maybe you might want to go watch. And I had grandkids for 5 days. My daughter turned 40 and they took a fun trip, and I had the grandkids here for 5 days, and it was magical. It was magical. We just had such a fun time. I have them here often for a day at a time. I've had them for overnights. They're just really comfortable here, and they're comfortable with me and hubby. And they're such good kids. They're so well behaved. It didn't take much to keep them on the straight and narrow. They're a little bit spoiled over here, but I sat them down and I told them it's not like Grammy Day. You can't be spoiled for 5 days, and I can't sit and watch you play for 5 days, although that's kind of what we ended up doing. But it was super fun. I showed you a couple of things I bought for them. One was this block of hard sand that had gemstones in it. My grandson loved it, and I thought he'd make quick work of it, but it wasn't that easy. So he took several breaks from it, and he just even let sis pull out the last few gemstones. But it was a great project. So if you want to see more about that, watch last week's video. I have a picture of it there. And I bought sis this sewing machine. Now, why do I have 2 sewing machines here? Because I bought her this sewing machine at Walmart for $19.97, and it was a huge disappointment. I couldn't barely get it to work. It takes batteries, so it's motorized, and it has a plug right here for a foot pedal. It does not come with a foot pedal. So you can work it with this button, but you have to turn it off and on. And I really wanted the foot pedal. I feel like that's the way to teach her to sew, is with it like a real sewing experience. So let's compare this one and this one that I just received today. How adorable is it? First of all, it's gonna look really cute on one of my shelves. Yes, I wanted blue on purpose for that reason. But in this package for $19.97, you get the sewing machine, no power cord, no foot pedal, just a place to put batteries. But it does come with 2 cute pillow projects. The pink and the blue. I love that it had the little guard, but so does this one, which means she can't stick her fingers in there and get stuck with the needle. And then it had a few extra bobbins of measuring tape and a booklet. This one I found had some really good reviews, and that's what I look at, is reviews. And it had a lot to it, and it cost more than double. So this one was $50, but it just seemed like you know, it had more going for it. They look very similar, but this one came with the foot pedal and the power cord. So I don't have to go looking for that. And I did. I first looked for the power cord. I thought I'll just buy the power cord. I couldn't find one. I found universal ones and I wasn't sure it would work. And so I ended up, I'm taking this one back today, and that $20 will go towards this $50. And this one I think is a way better deal. It has the same thing. You can run it from here just by turning it off and on, or you could use the foot pedal. Fabric's almost gone. So it didn't come with any project, but it did come with a bunch of supplies. How nice is that? And it also came with its own carrying case. This one doesn't, so that's nice. And it also has a table. Whoops. Ah! Should I cut that out? It also has a little table to attach. How does that work? Let's see. Oh, it has little legs. There you go. You know what? That's going to be really nice. She needs that extra space for holding and kind of adjusting her fabric. So without saying that she's actually used it, I really like this machine a lot. It's adorable too. I would have bought it just for a decoration. Well, not for $50, but I would have loved to have this on my shelf for a decoration. So this will be, you know, I don't know how many of you are Grammys watching this channel, but at my house, they have some toys here that they can't take home. And they don't bring their toys from home. So it's kind of fun when they come here, all their toys are new again to them. And I think they look forward to that. So this will be a something, I'm not going to call it a toy, but it'll be a toy that she'll leave here and she can only use here. And I'm hoping that will make it more special and something that she'll enjoy. And if this just becomes, it's too simple for her and she gets really good at it, I'm going to start looking at the thrift store for a used sewing machine, because there always seem to have some there. And that's my sewing machine update. Now, because this didn't really work, she still wanted to sew. So I put her on my sewing machine, and you can probably see that I have my exercising step, which I never use. I mean to, I'm going to one of these days. Lots of goals in the exercise department. But it's sitting there so that she can reach with her little foot. And I have to say, out of all the sewing that she didn't sew much, she made a couple of little pillows, and I'll show you that in a minute, but I would say her biggest obstacle was pushing that pedal. So maybe this teeny tiny one will just be so much easier for her and her little foot. I had her go barefoot so that she could adjust the pedal, but she couldn't get the idea of heel down and then press with it. She wanted to put her heel up. It was just crazy watching her try to push that pedal. It was all about that pedal. And I don't know, crazy things were happening up here, but she was worried about the pedal. So yeah, it needs to have a pedal. How's she gonna learn that that's how a sewing machine works? That's all of our machines pretty much work that way, right? So it's adorable. I think so far worth the money, and I'm really excited to have her back and have another little sewing lesson. But in the meantime, let me just show you her project. And oh my gosh, she was so excited to be on this channel. She's so excited to be a guest. So without further ado, here she is. I have a guest today, and she's going to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Juliet.
Juliet, what would you like to talk about? Do you want to talk about sewing?
Yeah.
So Juliet made a project, and she's going to share it with you today. So did you sew that yourself?
Yes.
What is it?
Two pillows for my doll.
Do you want to hold them up? Do you want to tell about how you made those?
I made them with the first one. This is the one I made with this fabric.
Yes.
And I made this one with this fabric.
Very nice. And what did you do? Now, before she got started, she did, the recommendation that we got was to try sewing on paper. And that was hard, huh?
Yeah.
But she did really good.
Yes.
And then what's that?
And I put this over where I was making the pillows.
Did you make that yourself?
Yes.
Is this a pattern piece that you made yourself?
Yes.
Yes, she made this pattern piece herself. So she has 2 pillows, and it's just the beginning of her sewing hobby. It's about to start, right? She already wants to make more stuff. What else do you want to make?
I really want to make a doll blanket.
A doll blanket.
A doll blanket's really easy.
You think so?
Yes.
Was a pillow easy?
Yes.
It was pretty easy. She
the
stuffed it herself.
The doll blanket, you just have to get 2 pieces of fabric. So one has to be like a pretty one, and then at the bottom it just has to be a color.
Okay, like a solid color.
And then you sew it together.
Oh, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. What do you think? So I wanted her to share her little bag.
It's called a messenger bag, but I call it a fanny pack.
She's been calling it a fanny pack. So all of this, was this colored in when you got this?
No, I colored it.
You colored it yourself?
Yes. I put even these stickers.
It's beautiful. She's been wearing this every day. So Juliet is going to say goodbye now.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you another time. Will you come back on the channel another time?
Yes.
Thanks for being my guest. You're a good guest. Okay, I know I'm biased, but she's freaking adorable. Just totally adorable. I love both of them so much. And, you know, I have older granddaughters whom I adore as well, and I want to do equal time on loving them. I do love them. But their small age is so fun and so many fun things to do, and they just played and played, and we had such a good time. And, you know, one of my friends said when my kids were little, when my grandkids were little, and they would leave, it would be so quiet and I would miss them. And I said, I probably will. So my house is blissfully quiet, and I'm missing them because they're freaking adorable, but I'm not missing them because I also really love my quiet life, because I did raising kids for so long. Like my oldest to my youngest has 10 years in between and another kid in the middle. So I was a mom a long time, and I'm kind of, you know, done with that part of my life. I love having my grandkids over, but I also love the quiet life. I love this quiet life. I enjoyed being a mom 100,000%. But this is a nice time too. So if you're still a mom with kids, you have something to look forward to. As much as I loved every second, enjoy every second, because it does go by very quickly. But there's a lot of fun in just having your quiet time and doing what you want and not having to think about who's hungry and did you go potty and where'd you get that? Don't touch that and don't do that. And it's just a whole lot of no. It's nice to have my life back. And now I can just sew. And that's my plan. I think the most exciting thing I did this week before kids was organizing my stash. And I just put out a video on that if you haven't seen it. I had the best time organizing my fabric. I love, love, love collecting. Like if I get into a craft, I like collecting the items almost more than doing the craft. Like I have every kind of thing for making jewelry. I don't make jewelry, but I have all the stuff. I have made jewelry, but I always come back to sewing. Every craft, knit, crochet, jewelry making. I've done all kinds of crazy crafts, but I always come back to sewing. So sewing is it. I'm really not going to veer off anymore. Well, you never know, but I don't think I'm going to veer off anymore. But I love collecting the stuff. It's just part of my passion. So that's why I like to buy all the gadgets and weird things, because that's part of what I love about having a hobby. So having the extra fabric and being able to organize it and, you know, sort of play with it and look at it, it just made me happy. I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen that video, please go take a look. And I think one of the things I want to do soon is to take a full tour, because the last tour is like so much has happened since then. So I cleaned out my closet. It's probably a good time to show the whole thing. So hope you're having a great weekend. Come find me on Facebook and let's be friends. I love, love, love seeing what you're up to. And if you've made a hoodie, come find Feral Focus on Facebook and look for the hoodie picture and post a picture of your hoodies. I'm still waiting. Where's your hoodies? We have a hoodie club. So come show me your hoodie. And next week I will be showing you this one with the fun pocket, I hope. Hope it turns out. And see if I make any progress on my new jeans. And also probably before the next Friday Sews is my sewing class. I'm not sure I'll have time to add it into the video because it's Thursday, I think. Is it Monday? Well, one way or another, I have sewing class next week. Hope I learn lots to share with you. Hope you're having a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Leave a comment and go see the other Friday Sews videos. Just type hashtag Friday Sews into the YouTube search bar and you'll see a ton of people doing just the same as me, talking about our passion that we share together of sewing and a lot of life. What's going on in life? Because that's always, I'm very nosy. I like to know what's going on in people's lives. So the more you tell about your life, the more interested I am. I just want to know. It's just fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.